As people start realizing that this is a place you can work, we've seen permits going out for new mines there recently, that people will start understanding that this is a place that can work. And on top of that, we have a smaller underground operation, very high recoveries, easy permitting path that's got all these things going for it. And Colombia is a place that work can be done.
Welcome to those joining us to the Assay TV, where we are in day 2 of our London Mining Investment event. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Ian Harris, the President, CEO and Director of Outcrop Silver and Gold. Welcome, Ian.
Thanks for having me.
No problem whatsoever. So just to kick things off, can you introduce Outcrop to us and some of its journey to date?
Yeah, absolutely. Outcrop with the Santana project is very unique because it's one of the very, very few, and I'm talking very few, high grade and a true primary silver projects in the world which has a resource. So that puts it in a very special category by itself.
So before we jump into that project a little bit more, you were appointed as CEO back in July. Can you tell us what attracted you to the company and what made that decision for you?
So I'm a mining engineer, and I've been working 25 years in the industry, and 15 of those living in South America. I've been working the last 7 years in Colombia, always close to the Outcrop team, knew the type of work they did. But overall, I like being involved in projects that have the potential to become future mines, right? That's at the end of the day, that's really what our investment is going towards, is to bring this future production into a reality. I was at San Cristobal when it started the mine. I was Senior Vice President of Corriente and started the construction of the Mirador project, which was the first industrial scale project in the history of Ecuador. And so Santa Ana has some of those characteristics where you can see it has significant legs, has an amazing team, has done the work on the ground, which is a critical component in South America, but has a lot of other characteristics that says it has significant legs to become a future silver mine.
Absolutely. So let's look at Santana. You've recently had some quite interesting metallurgical results. Can you share some of those with us?
So when I joined, they were just off the backs of its first resource estimate, but a clear pathway to get over that 100 million ounce mark, which is important for market. But I really got excited about the metallurgical test results, not just because it's very high recovery, 93% recovery in silver with flotation alone, but it's because the silver floats. The silver is a sulfide, which means we're producing a high-grade precious metal concentrate, so high grade that there's a potential to convert it directly to doré without leaching. So that's a really big attraction, because if your silver's in a zinc concentrate, you don't get paid the same. You might get 75% of your payable as silver, but so if you have high grade, high recovery, and a high payable, it's kind of a trifecta in the economic sense, but then also from an environmental sense, the lack of a requirement for using cyanide, and also from a permitting perspective, it shows all these different things that the project has significant legs, and that's what's exciting, because it also delinks it from the need of scale. So you could start even a very small project and slowly increase it in size and still be profitable. So all these things coming together, you see multiple ways of creating value for the shareholder. So that metallurgical part is something I get really excited about because it's a very special mineralogy of the deposit itself.
So what are the next steps then at Santana now we've had these results?
So we really have 2 distinct pathways to create value for our shareholders, even in the market today, which is not stellar. One is we've proven that this thing holds together. There's a resource, 37 million ounces of silver, but a clear pathway to continuously increase that, not 10, 20%, but double, triple the numbers that we're looking at. So we're currently drilling. We're drilling now and looking at picking up additional veins that can increase the overall resource, at the same time looking at what do we do to look at a very small scale pilot project, doing the permitting, etc. So you really have 2 distinct pathways of creating value. And so that's very exciting for us too.
Excellent. And you have a portfolio of other projects. Is there any update there?
There's no real update because all of our attention today is on Santa Ana because it has so much going for it, right? It has all these unique factors, no significant barriers. And so therefore, 99.99% of our attention is on the Santa Ana project.
Absolutely. That's clear and concise. That's what we like. How do you find operating in Colombia generally?
So I have the luxury that I speak Spanish. I tell everybody I sacrificed myself to live in the wonderful city of Medellin, which is an incredible place to live, but I like being close to the projects. But a project of this size, silver being a strategic metal for Colombia, 60% of Colombia's exports are oil and coal. It's a part of the national plan to move towards these strategic metals. I think Colombia's got a terrible, poor reputation that it doesn't deserve, which I also think creates a lot of value, because as people start realizing that this is a place you can work, we've seen permits going out for new mines there recently, that people will start understanding that this is a place that can work. And on top of that, we have a smaller underground operation, very high recoveries, easy permitting path, that's got all these things going for it. And Colombia is a place that work can be done.
Excellent. And let's talk about your amalgamation agreement with withzakappa. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, in this type of market, you see opportunities where you can pick up something very easily with a nice portfolio of assets. We called it our insurance policy. You never know what can go when, it could be a natural disaster, a hurricane, whatever, but the ability to have some incredible assets at basement prices, right? As a minimum, what was an insurance policy, but they're not any of those projects, no real carrying costs. And at, kind of best case, when market improves, you have the ability to convert that investment into a much higher valuation in potential spin-offs or JVs or whatever. But again, all of our attention right now is completely laser focused on Santa Ana.
I guess just to summarize then, just for our investors, can you give us a couple of key milestones to look out for in the coming months?
So we started drilling in July. We're now getting into that cycle where we'll start seeing the news coming out. It's a process. We had 7 veins that were the first resource, and now we're looking at hunting those new veins, converting them from a target into resource development. That news flow will start coming out, but there's, again, we're not talking about small increases. We're looking at making leaps and bounds in terms of the resource, but we're so highly leveraged also in silver. 93% of our resource is silver. We're a true silver play. Most people know that silver is very underpriced, even compared to gold, and has a lot of leg room, et cetera. So we have all these key ways of making significant value for our shareholders. We got the news flow, and we have the metallurgy. We have a small project that we're looking at, a pilot project, and also have the ability to increase our resources. So, it's hard not to share my excitement for what's going on at Outcrop today.
Well, that was an excellent overview. Thank you so much for spending some time with us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you so much.